advantage in the overall team fight aspect of the game.
Okay. Okay, well indeed, we did see the other day Monet, I believe, get like a double rampage on the PA.
Versus a Terror Blade.
Yeah, so he's done it before.
Yeah, let's see how this the Visage is going to do. We saw I think the exact same picks, right, from Fnatic, if I'm not mistaken. The Tiny plus Visage, they actually put a lot of pressure. Don't think they ended up winning the game, but it was still a really strong draft that we saw.
What's he set up here around the rune? Unlikely that OG is going to want to step down into this.
I'm excited to watch Chu playing techies too, because I don't think I've seen him. I don't think I got to see him play here. Can't recall, but I know he's been playing most of his his Chan, his Earthshaker, his Omnis, more traditional like defensive kind of styles. This is straight aggression. So I'm looking to see what he's going to be able to do with it, because he's honestly Chu's been a standout for me for OG.
He really has. You know, coming in here at this LAN and just slipping into the playing position, completely perfect.
Yeah. See how these runes kick out. Looks like it should just be the 2 for 2. Or he will get the D ward in the mid lane. So, Puck versus that Ember matchup. We've talked about it ad nauseum. The slight spam versus the Puck. We see the Puck sometimes get like a chainmail or something to offset it, something. But Ori, he's so comfortable with this matchup. I think he should do pretty okay with just the constant right-click harass. And he also gets the D ward, which I think is really important. You're always going to be able to get that extra harassment onto BZM. But at the same time, BZM's also played this matchup a million times, so should both come up pretty even.
Now, both mids incredibly mobile. They'll be jumping around the fights. I mean, overall, who's going to have the easier game on the hands, would you imagine, when you look at the counters that both BZM and Ori have to deal with on their respective sides?
BZM just has to mostly just worry for Coil. I think that's the biggest one. Sure, you'll have to worry later down the lines of the tiny Blink Dagger, but besides that, I think Ori's going to have a little bit of a tougher time. Tons of physical damage that's going to be kicking out from the Ember and the Mars, and then the silence that comes in from Techies, and the most obvious one, of course, the Nyx. Carapace is very difficult for Puck.
Obviously, there was quite a period where Nyx just wasn't really picked, even that we were seeing so many Pucks, but it definitely feels back in this tournament, people are really realizing that Nyx Assassin, you throw him back into the mix, and suddenly the Puck's game completely changes. Ori has to be so careful how he looks to commit when he goes for the plays.
Hero's also gotten a lot of changes in buffs, especially in last packs. Even 50 range on the stun is pretty huge, to be honest with you, and some talent reworks and whatnot through the last few patches. So I think the heroes actually had a place for some time. I think people were just afraid of picking it, because we had a moment where it was literally like Puck Dawnbreaker every game during the DPC, and people still weren't picking Nyx. So glad to see it coming back. Taiga, a nice little move here, dragging the creeps out of the tower. Aggro, Yuragi, also trying to do the same. So just trying to meet this creep equilibrium that we see teams do so much.
Because we see from Aster very much trying to drag the creeps around to not play the lane head on. I mean, and with regards to how both lanes are sort of settling down for both sides, who's going to have the easier start to this game out of Monet and Yuragi?
Look, I actually think they both should have some pretty okay free farm. They both just have like the worry of this big nuke damage that's coming out, one from a Techies and one from a Soul Assumption. So we'll see how Yuragi's able to at least withstand on his side. But Monet has tons of stick charges that you get from this lane versus Techies and Mars. Like, he's constantly going to be sitting at 10 wand. And he should, I think PQ might get the Cold Embrace at 3 also, just to offset the physical. So I think both of them will kind of farm about the same. Maybe the Visage will just get less than Mars will.
And of course, talking about the Visage, the last pick this game for Aster, what does this hero sort of offer here in this situation? Why do you think they fell on this? Of course, it's something that we see a lot, but what is its strengths in this type of game?
I think it rounds up their draft to have some push. I think they didn't really have any way to actually take objectives very easy until they had this hero. And he's going to buy these auras that's going to be pretty nice to counteract like the physical damage that OG does have. And for Aster, a lot of times when I see the way that they draft and they play, it's, lanes they make sure they have like decent lanes, but their game is usually all about the team strategy. Like when they group up as a unit, how strong is it going to be? And Visage is one of the better ones to group around. A lot of denies. Yuragi, 9 denies versus the Visage.
He's been playing fantastic with the illusions. Bit of an attempt here on towards Monet.
Good harass.
So it's definitely going to get less fun this lane as the levels start to roll in for Chu. Massive amounts of damage output that he can offer. It's going to be too much fun for Monet to try and survive through.
He's actually just sitting very low. He really has to be careful on
Has
Monet.
to. It's a huge amount of burst that these two can offer. He'll jump to the side. Cold Embrace will give a bit of a heal. No further spells for Chu to throw out quite yet. We'll have a final mine under the tower. Won't be enough damage, but still, Monet just kept so low on this bottom lane, and they're running out of regen.
All right, yeah, so there we go. We get to see it. Yeah, Yuragi's going to get the much better feed. But also, interesting to point, Yuragi went Bracer. So, like we said, some type of maybe way to offset the damage that comes out from Visage. So, yeah, Monet, going to have to find a way for him to get some better secured farm. He could still just die. He's sitting so low HP.
It's dangerous down there.
Like a spear connect on the tower.
It does. Amar able to find the angle. Cold Embrace gives a bit of a heal.
Chu, tower's hitting him.
I mean, Chu might die instead if they're able to find some sort of jump in, and the deep he's going to go for it. Gets in, gets the first blood. Can Amar find the trade? He can. The spear comes in. Amar will be able to take down Monet in return. Back over in the mid. Good toss back onto BZM. We'll see the body blocks as well from Ori. Keeping those towers coming in hard. Slide of fifth from BZM. He's the one that gets the kill, and he's able to walk away.
Cool itemization, the Blades of Attack build with the Blightstone. Don't really see the Blades picked up early, not the first item.
I mean, obviously, yeah, those two items, that combo, that gets the kill.
Yep.
Without that, he's probably dying there, BZM, and not able to walk away with the life of Ori.
Uh-oh, all three lanes going OG's favor already. Sure, they get the first blood on Monet, but you just see
Boca's going to try again.
Let's see.
Got another toss, but not quite able to toss it all the way back to Ori, just over towards the creep way. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there.
I think he didn't have range. Ori tried to use the Waning Rift to pull him closer to tower, but...
Top lane. Nice success. Body blocks from Tiger.
He's in trouble.
Causing some issues. So see him be able to walk it off, but again, another lane where the cores just all across the map are getting incredibly harassed here by OG in this laning stage. We'll see once more this play. I mean, it looks like Ori's got a decent amount of HP, but as we say, with the build that BZM has, this sleight of fist hurts so much at this early stage of the game for a puck.
Yeah, level 6 so early now on this Ember Spirit. You can just go back up, reset, and kind of continue to apply this pressure onto Ori. Yeah, so far, all three lanes looking great for OG, even slowing down Monet quite heavily. And this is Boboka making, look, he's the one who ganked. That's the scariest thing.
They started it. They really did. They tried to see if they could catch BZM by surprise, but I mean, as you saw in sort of game one when it came to the laning stage, very clear that OG, you know, they were prepared for these sort of mid plays, these mid moves that Aster try and hit the enemy with early.
And I do want to point out also, Ori, I thought he was better to pick up Chamber. First, wait, Monet.
I mean, he's looking pretty dead here. We'll try and run with the blur, but again, OG able to take him down. A second kill for Amar.
Relentless aggression. And Chu, we're seeing this techies working out really nicely. But yeah, pointing out Ori, he went for Gloves of Haste in the mid lane rather than going for that chainmail that we talked about to offset the physical damage that comes out from Ember. So
doesn't feel like that early attack speed is going to really offer him a sort of much. Maybe a bit of an extra opportunity to get the CS with the right click, but it's definitely not, as you say, so it's that sort of impactful 450 gold item or 550 gold that could give you some sort of help against an Ember.
And in both, I've seen him now multiple times. He played versus the Kunkka, he went the chainmail. So yeah, Ori maybe trying a different approach, but
yeah, maybe it was a case of buying when he was dying, wanted to spend the gold. So this time round, Monet will get back up. See the spear, hold back Monet for now, but with the rotation of Ori, Amar should die. He'll have some stick charges, pushes back the two of them.
Nice
coils there though. Ori making sure to hold on to it until Chu jumps in so we can grab the two of them and secure both of the kills. An excellent rotation from the puck.
And he gets the courier as well too, Ori. Very nicely done. Perfect phase shift. Has just waiting long enough for the stream coil.
See the BZM, he's come over in return. And he's going to look to try and find some kills back himself. He should get PQ as Cold Embrace comes to an end. Oh, actually, that's a slow remnant, but it's just fast enough to close in. As BZM managing to get one hero out of this move. Not quite as big as sort of the golden XP that, of course, that Ori was able to pick up with that rotation.
But he's able to refill the bottle immediately from Amar, so he's able to keep his impact and keep making his way on the map, make his match toward Ori, and contest this rune again.
Let's have a look. Power rune coming in.
Chu gets
in with a jump. Silence onto the two of them. There's a regen rune. The BZM's going to be able to bottle up. And he'll definitely try to run down these two. The sleight of fist is hurting so much Ori. He's got to escape this, but a remnant's at the ready, but Ori baits it out! He doesn't jump to the orb. And yeah, BZM weren't ready for that there, as Ori bluffs his way back to base.
I mean, that was a little lucky there for Ori, gotta be honest, but a nice play baiting out a BZM's jump away. They will lose Boboka, but again, another rune. They're just consistently protecting BZM to get all this type of advantage. Yuragi under no pressure whatsoever after laning phase.
Yeah, he's having a great time in his jungle.
This is a pretty big concern. As we mentioned, the TB pick is kind of that counter pick versus the PA and him off to this start. Looking pretty good for OG. Giving Taiga the lane top also now. Aster, they do have level 6 on XXS, so Taiga does have to be a bit careful.
I don't want to get in under the tower. Should have a good chance of finding Tiger. Yuragi wants to start a fight, though, against these two. TP's coming in.
Okay,
BZM's ready to help out. Yuragi try and secure some of these kills. He should be able to chase out XXS. He's got the movement speed, and indeed XXS nowhere to run. Is OG realizing that they can respond and get Yuragi involved in some very early action in response to the dive from Aster.
And it's all these, I always like to mention these little things that do add up. It's, BZM getting the move bottom that works well, getting his bottle refilled, getting the regen mid. It allows him to be able to make these rotations constantly on the map.
Of course, down on the bottom side of the map whilst that top play was going on, Chu gets sniped there by the blast.
That was
a splinter blast at PQ.
Beautiful play from the Wyvern. Looked like actual max range. So should set up for a decent level 6, at least on the Wyvern. So as we mentioned earlier for Aster, they do have a bit of a team fight advantage, I would say, when they have all their ults connected. The Wyvern, the Puck, and the Visage. But OG, after these lanes, they do have this pretty solid advantage.
Again, setting up around these 10-minute power rune spawn.
Every time. See who gets it.
It's going to end up being up top.
Oh, the catch Ori!
He's in trouble. The change into the silence from Chu. Leaves Ori completely helpless once again around the mid and continues to build this distance here. BZM just getting further and further ahead this game.
They're on fire with the way that they're playing around him, really. The two supports always there to pressure Ori. Chu might get chased out here from Monet.
Some kind of any sort of deny to the neutrals. Whoop. He's going to try. No. Monet has the damage. And should be able to get out of this area of the map. Has a TP. Well, I say that, but actually BZM's looking for him. The blur will protect him from the slight.
He will be okay. Yeah, very fortunate for Monet.
And back to the safety of his tier 1 tower.
Oh, nice TP.
Making moves towards the Battle Fury. He's, not too far behind, about 1,000 between him right now and Yuragi, a gap that can absolutely close if he gets the Battle Fury in good time.
It is a single core PA lineup though, and with the lanes going this difficult, you see that triple core that OG likes to draft. Monet definitely has his work cut out for him this game.
Super Boca. The catch on Tiger.
The Carapace actually catches at the end.
They're going to drop the Dream Coil. Sun will miss. He'll try and do his best to live as long as he can. Even trying to block himself in there with a branch, but they'll still get him. Same time down bottom, OG looking for the bigger move. They're going for the carry. Looking for Monet. They'll settle for PQ first. He's caught by the chains again into the silence from Chu to the side. And now Monet is alone. TP's on cooldown.
They know this.
Best he can do is hide in the trees. We'll see how much they want to search for him. We'll start to see Chu scan through the tree line.
Chu knows that the TP's on cooldown from him TPing down here.
Indeed, you would imagine they keep track of it.
Oh, yeah,
he's going to be able to spot him out. He's found Monet, and on his own, they know Monet's not got a chance. Chu throwing the tip in as Monet, helpless, caught in the trees.
OG just ruthless with their aggression this game. And just Yuragi having the time of his life in the jungle as this Terrorblade. Level 10, nearly level 11 already at this point.
He's going to be massive.
He is super farmed. He's going to be pretty much 3 levels above Monet as the counter pick, the counter core matchup, the TB versus PA.
And we see Aster trying to get into the jungle of OG, but Yuragi just a step ahead, making sure that every spot that he enters into to hit the creeps is far, far away from any chance of being caught by Aster.
They have to start kicking the pace up somehow on the side of Aster. Like XXS and Ori need to maybe make moves together and try to go for this next tower. Because yeah, just the farm on the map. Like OG, they scale harder this game for sure. And getting this type of advantage this early is going to kind of set the tempo for that.
I might look to get back into this area. They're going to jump straight in.
Off the
BZM will get held back by a curse momentarily. Baboka looking for a toss opportunity onto Amar, but he knows he can't do it. He tries to step back, but the setup's there with the arena and the spear. TPs are coming in though. Aster, they've got the numbers to get the kills out of this one this time. They'll take down Chu.
I think XXS has to start doing this. He has to start getting involved because the two supports on the side of Aster, just very limited damage that really comes out from them. The Tiny does okay damage when he has his full combo out, but yeah, they need this third hero. Now they can start pressuring the mid tower. I think this is exactly what they needed to do to kind of react. But OG, not too fussed. Gonna just continue farming. BZM gonna try to slow it down. That early Maelstrom will help slow down that push.
They're going to bring further TPs in. Yeah, OG don't want to let this one go down for free. Already Tiger trying to set up with a Vendetta. He's looking for the opening, but the phase shifts there. Jump back in from Ori. He'll go for the Dream Coil, but he gets caught by the silence of Chu. Ori's down. As again, the techies catching him by surprise. Double kill him from the side of OG. As there's 2 dead. ready to clean up more. BZM runs down PQ. He'll get the double. Stun opening from Tiger allows Yuragi to step in towards XXS. He'll try and get out with boosted movement speed. He's under the tier 2, but BZM, he's ready to dive. Slight and change. OG, they get a 4.
OG's just powering up over and over again. Everything's working out in their favor. Chu, as we mentioned, his techies, one of the first time he's playing with it, he's very aggressive, but a perfect silence. It actually goes past the point where Ori thought he was going to dodge it. It connects onto him in the backline anyway. Yeah,
he's landing them every time. Chu he's got some great setup, of course, from his teammates, but even in these situations where it's coming in a little later, he's always compensating for where the key heroes are going to be. He knows where to land Chu.
OG just one step ahead always, it feels like, knowing that they can do this big defense and literally losing nobody. Not even Chu dies.
And getting Yuragi involved. You know, not only still sitting at the top net worth, but now at this point of the game, very early, 13 minutes in, where the TV's able to step up to these fights and start to pick up some of the XP and gold himself.
When you're able to get this many levels on TB also, it's like now he's going to accelerate so much faster. He's already got max conjure image, he's got talents, he's got etc.
And back in action, Ori's dead again.
Oh boy.
We won't even be able to get back into the game before he dies another time here. OG just catching him out countless times. I'm playing in a bit of a dangerous spot here, close to the tier 2. I mean, how dangerous though, that's the question, because BZM has got an arcane rune. He's tempted. You know, but he won't do it. He'll hold back.
It's his last
a little
remnant.
Bit of control.
I was going to say, that's his last remnant. That would be pretty over-aggressive, Tiger.
He's jumping back in, though. And now that Tiger's been able to start the fight, BZM, he wants to join. They have a curse set up, but it doesn't matter. Curse comes to an end. The Sleight of Fist gets another. BZM, godlike. At 15 minutes in, they've got to kill this man. Dodging the Dream Coil with the Sleight of Fist, but he will finally die. A big kill for Baboka there, as he gets a huge influx of gold as they finally end BZM's godlike.
But the space that he's creating, like he's forcing everyone to react to him. The gold lead just continues more and more as Yuragi's free farming. Baboka trying to find Taiga, but looks like Taiga might be one finding him.
He's got Yuragi by his side, but something except for Baboka, who has XXS and Ori. Baboka able to step away, and with the setup from the familiars, see if they can chase Taiga down.
Taiga is being such a nuisance.
They can't get him.
He's playing around BZM perfectly from the start of the game, securing rooms and whatnot, and just ruining Ori's life. Like, Ori just keeps getting caught from him time and time again. Yeah, this spectacular stuff, really. The team play from OG on point.
We'll see again here in that last fight. I mean, this was before we came back, where Ori gets caught out. Of course, you know, as we've said countless times, the Nyx Assassin, such a counter to even the best pucks in the world. You know, I mean, Tiger, of course, he's definitely one of the hottest Nyx Assassin players. You know, he'll be there to trip you out. You've got to be so cautious when throwing out your spells.
Chu walks up very far, no coil available.
They're going to see if they can get the setup on a BZM. Can they burst the Ember? He's getting low, but he's going to be fine. Remnant's out, jumps back to the safety of the river. As OG are fine, spear from Amar. Finishes off Baboka. Aster still continue to push forward. The Dream Coil's down. But Amar's alive. Chu jumps over the side. The arena's going to go out. Amar, he's going to be able to live. Finally, the curse comes in. Will kill Tiger. Amar dies the soul assumption. But again, it's OG with the greater cleanup. As they find 3, and once more, another fight where Yuragi's getting the cleanup, and they're not even done yet. They set up over the walls PQ. Cold Embrace only going to buy him a little more time before the inevitable occurs.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I was about to say Chu probably deserves a little bit of tip there. Every time, like we said, Ori is completely addressed this game. Either there's a Nyx Assassin controlling him, a silence from a techies. OG just, they're really finding their stride. AK lead, starting to feel like Aster kind of has no hope in this game, and it's all going to be up to poor Monet. And it's not an easy game, as we said, for the PA into what he's up against. A triple core lineup versus the Terrorblade with that insane built-in armor, who's going to honestly have a butterfly before there's any hope of an MKB even on the horizon for the PA.
Yeah, he has done it before, Monet, on his PA. But without a doubt, this is definitely going to be one of the tougher, or if not toughest, situations to try and pull the game back on his shoulders.
Especially, yeah, it's a single core PA versus this tri-core scaling lineup that has so much disable.
Aster looking for the hunt onto Mar.
Can't quite find it.
Mar might even be happy to jump in himself. Has he got arena for 15 seconds?
He's tanky, though. They'd have to expend so much to just bring him down. And now he's actually going to BKB done, so unlikely he's probably going to die in any of the next situations on this Mars.
Now Baboka, he's got that big item, of course, was sped up by that big kill that he got ending the godlike streak of BZM earlier. The Blink Dagger is online, so a chance for Aster to find that catch, that opening. But not for now, there's OG. They'll be the ones to set up the fight. They'll get the opening onto XXS. Cold Embrace offered up by PQ. His forcing OG to hold back a little bit on how heavy they commit, but now Chu ready to jump in with the silence. They respect the curse, they split, they separate from Amar. So the curse not going to cause too many issues. Monet will jump in for the kill on Chu, but now he's surrounded. Baboka in with the two-man avalanche, toss back as well. Both BZM and Amar getting low, he's able to get the slide, fits the road, and now BZM's going to be able to live. He's away. They couldn't finish off the Ember. As BZM will be able to reset, does mean Yuragi's sort of left surrounded by Aster. Amar, whilst the BKB heads back in to try and clear out these familiars, but Baboka in with the jump, he's able to combo down Yuragi. And now for OG, it's the retreat. Amar TP's away, Tiger's been left behind. Finally, Aster able to find a really solid fight there, taking out Yuragi. This time round, the TB not able to freely stand in the team fight.
A beautiful dance really coming out from Aster and Baboka in general. The Blink Dagger, as soon as he gets it, pays off
it really
massively.
is.
Yeah, this was a beautiful display of them just kind of kiting around, waiting for their opportune moment to be able to jump in and go for this Terror Blade. Yeah. Beautiful reset.
I really don't think there was a better hero on Aster that got that huge gold bounty earlier.
Honestly.
You wanted Baboka's Tiny to get it, and he got it. And making the moves there with the fact that he was able to get that Blink Dagger at a decent time considering the early state of the game for Aster as a whole.
Yeah, XXS also, I think he ended up surviving, what, with 20 HP on the high ground. It was so close. He now also has the shard, of course, on this Visage, so is able to at least reset and protect himself. But yeah, look how low. I can't believe he actually survives. Great plays, of course, from Wyvern, the defensive Cold Embrace there in that situation.
I'm very close to being even worse of a team fight, of course, for BZM, for OG overall, because BZM, he got so low there.
He did. I cannot believe
that
he
last moment being able to remnant away after the Sleight of Fist.
Because they break the coil perfectly, too. But Baboka, like, so on point with them trying to come back in this team fight.
And indeed, at the end of it all, you know, Yuragi tried to push on, but couldn't stand his ground without the full lineup of OG backing him up, back in action. They'll find themselves Tiger. OG, they look tempted to still make a fight out of this. BZM and Yuragi looking for the chase down. They'll jump forward onto Baboka. They'll get it. Physical damage from Yuragi from up on the high ground. Tears through it.
This time he actually has meta, so he's actually able to do some right-click damage in the team fight.
They'll want to get the push on here, and OG, they'll certainly be ready to fight around this tower if they want, because Amar, BKB back online as well as the arena. They could collapse in on Aster if they want.
He's trying to find the Wyvern.
Here we go. Amar, see what sort of a catch he can get. Will miss the spear. He get caught by the silence as well. Aster, they can jump back to relative safety here. It does mean XXS is left behind. Chu looks to get him with the silence, but already able to dodge with the phase shift. Buyback comes out from Baboka. They're going to try their best to help XXS, who's caught in the arena. Baboka, he jumps in, he tanks the spear from Amar, giving the chance for XXS into the Cold Embrace. XXS still alive, as OG they're having to back away. The Winter's Curse holds back Yuragi. As the saves there coming in to make sure that XXS does not die, at least for now. Maybe BZM can still find the cleanup, runs him down. XXS still alive. He's going to be able to live.
No way. Oh, what a beautiful display. These defensive moves from Aster, somehow able to withstand this pressure from OG. I mean, it's literally like everything. Oh, Cold Embraces, little Gravekeepers, everything. That was beautiful.
That's some crazy fights. Still OG with a 5k lead, but Aster very much showing that they can bring the fight themselves. And Monet, he's climbing up the ranks here, second highest in the net worth.
He's got his BKB, got the shard queued up to be able to deal with
that.
We'll
see again
Mars.
At the end here, so close to dying XXS. I mean, he'd been so close to dying pretty much the entire team fight. They couldn't quite get him.
So well played. Now they have worry also with Blink Daggers, so further ways of initiation, and looking like we could actually have a game on our hands. If OG was looking to completely run away with this one, Monet starting to get online. OG might have to give a little bit more respect to how tanky XXS really is. What, both situations surviving with sub 1%, 2% HP.
Yeah, definitely doesn't seem like he's the hero for them to jump right now.
No. Butterfly is finished though, Yuragi. Arcane Rune also, okay, his Arcane's actually gone, so he still could look to fight though. Meta back up in 8 seconds, so OG still very strong inside that team fight. But Aster, with these tossback plays, we gotta have to keep watching the coil, right?
Yeah.
He's able to snap the coil, that's likely for them to be able to kill any of the heroes on OG.
Yeah, they've been doing it a couple of times already. They're very good with this combo. OG will present themselves for defense here around the tier 1 mid. Aster, they won't choose to take that fight.
Blink now finished up for Amar, so an easier form of initiation rather than what we've seen from OG of just relentlessly running in, which has been working for them, but now they have an easier way to actually pull heroes back and perhaps actually control XXS or find the Wyvern in these situations. So still probably feeling like they're in very good position in this game when they should. With the BKB now for Ember 2.
There we go.
A lot of freedom for BZM.
Let's see if this time they can get the jump, blow up a hero to start the fight.
The scan.
Baboka, he'll be the one to tank the jump. We'll be able to get a nice 3-man avalanche, but they'll just let him go here. Aster, they'll be happy to just let the Tiny fall and not lose anyone else to this aggressive move from OG.
Roche is on the menu in this area. Yuragi can definitely start it with Butterfly. Should be able to do it pretty safely.
Don't quite have Ori in the neighborhood to look for a jump steal. He'll start to make his way over. Has got a haste rune.
It's gonna die fast though. They gotta start making their move over. They have to know that this is going on. They will start moving. Shard, I believe.
And they jump in time.
They just got the shard on Monet, so a lot more damage at least for the side of Aster.
They're going to spot it in a pretty awkward position now for OG.
Yep.
If Ori can time the jump. He's able to get caught by the bash. And he gets caught by the carapace. And the stun. He's gone.
Oh my god. Oh yes, he got bashed.
I couldn't believe it. He jumps in, he gets caught immediately, Fog.
He gets bashed by the Roche. Sets up for Taiga.
Oh my goodness. I mean, as it is, does seem to still have shaken up OG a bit. They're careful, they're hesitant at committing to finish the Roshan.
They probably expect that he has buyback, but he actually doesn't have it.
30 seconds, Baboka, jump to the side, he's trying to burst through Chu, and Tiger Money's in with the backup, commits in with the BKB, jumps onto Chu. Chu's gone, now turns over towards the bar, plus the BKB, the arena as well, and Monet, he goes to the Aegis, Monet! He steals the Aegis! Can he get out though? Jump to the side, if BKB comes to an end, huge physical damage here for the Slider Fist of BZM. That's the Aegis taken out of the hands of Monet. Can he take a fight with his second life? They'll keep him in control with the stun, but the heals are there from PQ. Cold Embrace, buying Monet the safety to buy time to jump back up.
Oh, what a clutch play, really.
I mean, Baboka's not done. He's back in with a combo. Might cost him his life. Jump back actually from BZM. He doesn't want to commit in from Baboka, but he doesn't need to. The illusions from Yuragi chase down the Tiny.
Ori's back. Can't quite find anything though. Oh, Monet kind of just saves the game a little bit there.
He really did that. That's huge amounts of chaos kicking off to the side of the pit, but being able to blink strike in and get that Aegis still, making sure that OG, whilst they might have financially benefited more from that engagement, they don't have the Aegis in their hands.
And you got to give Monet the credit, but look at XXS. Look at the familiar.
He's given the vision.
He kept the familiar near the pit to give that vision for Monet to jump in. And if OG gets this Aegis, the game is probably just impossible for Aster. Now, they still have fighting hope to be able to get this farm, this next item onto Monet so he can actually stand toe-to-toe versus the Terrorblade. It's still a very uphill battle, but at least some chance.
Yeah, they're starting the climb.
And yeah, you have to really feel for Ori how it all kicks off, right? Getting bashed, dying before the fight even starts, and then somehow not losing the fight in a total blunder.
He's, he's having to deal with this Nyx assassin already.
Seriously.
He's having to deal with a Roshan on top of it. It's not a lot of fun for Ori on the puck.
Gaben definitely not blessing Ori today.
Let's see what OG's plan is now. They didn't get that Aegis that they planned on.
Still very happy with the state of the game. Yuragi's massive. Yeah,
Satanic's going to be done here on top of the Butterfly.
It's a full item over the PA, constantly.
Let's see what sort of itemization we're going to have from Monet after the Deso.
I saw he actually was queuing Deso. I was a bit surprised that he didn't just queue up the MKB, but I guess wanting to assassinate the supports is still always valuable.
He wants to kill everyone else, right?
Exactly.
And with the Deso, he gets some sort of setup onto the Ember, high chance you have the physical to shred through him.
Yeah, absolutely. And they also have like the extra minus armor.
Yep.
That's always going to be kicking in, so it's good. Taiga has his own Wraith Pact now, so a little bit more damage negation on the side of OG in the next fight. Yeah, I'm just still looking at how overall they're going to be taking down Yuragi, because like you said, he's so massive and he's got this big item advantage over the PA, which it's going to prove to be a big issue for how they isolate him, because the team fights OG. They're just so tanky. The 3 cores survive so long in the fights. Mar finds Baboka.
We'll see if Baboka gets much help here. Cold Embrace might be as much as he'll be offered up. They'll let him go.
40 seconds. OG. Meta's available.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, they've got to be ready to defend Aster. You know that OG will still be feeling very, very confident around their Terrorblade. Yuragi, of course, just the 1 death so far this game.
Pretty flawless. PQ has Blink Dagger now, so easier forms for him. He's had a pretty damn good Wyvern game so far versus this disadvantage. Now he Blink. Maybe we could see some nice catch plays or preventative plays to be able to stop Yuragi.
Oh, for sure. I mean, at the same time, though, we have seen OG do a pretty excellent job at making his life hard.
It is
a
hard.
lot of huge separation in the team fight where OG's not really given the chance for them to be caught out, in their mass numbers in the Winter's Curse, but out in time.
It does look like they're going to make his job even more difficult, though. BZM going for a kind of different style item choice on the Ember Spirit. He's going for Orchid next, so to deal with the Puck as well as the Wyvern, this is a pretty cool pickup that could really pay off. If he just sees the Wyvern in any of the fights, which they have gotten vision of him a lot of times, he just Orchids him, and then they can always just hard commit for most of the team fights.
And we see Ori really respecting the jump that they have. He's queuing up an Eon Disc next in his item progression.
Has to versus this Nyx.
Now, if they have these fights where he's getting caught and he's not able to lay down a Dream Coil, it's massively going to hurt the potential of the team fight from Aster. He's got to get his spells off whether they do damage or not. The control could be all that's required for Monet to go target to target, and at least outside of the Terrorblade, have a pretty good job of taking down the rest of OG's lineup pretty swiftly.
They're getting out-farmed the space on the map, but OG's continuing to grow this lead faster and faster. And the Tricore, as we keep mentioning, it does feel like they'll be able to scale very, very well into all of Aster's heroes.
They're going to try and force a fight, Aster.
The Orchid's finished for BZM, level 20 on the Terrorblade too.
And Bogus Village has started. In with the Avalanche combo on towards Tiger, but Tiger's able to put the spike. Carapace, Winter's Curse is there. Trying to buy safety for Baboka to back up, but Amar blinks it, finishes him off with a Ghost Rebuke Spear.
Shoots it.
Catches PQ in the trees. Not the fight Aster were looking for.
Not the curse either. You want to usually get the curse next to the Terrorblade. He actually curses the Terrorblade, so there's actually no damage that's coming out from it.
Look at this as well. They're making swift moves towards the bottom lane as Monet is going to show himself on the creep wave.
Clears it quick. Might be forced to just BKB TP out.
He's going to have to. And of course, with that, he will get out. There's nothing to save him. We'll take a few mines, but BKB and a TP, he's perfectly fine.
Now they know there's no BKB though. So OG likely to be able to continue pressuring, and that's a fight that they just won before without the meta being used. And now he's going to have MKB.
He's so
now
close. Yes,
he has
600
the full,
gold.
Yeah, full answer for the PA as well.
And in terms of the answer that Monet has for him, as you say, after the death, so still not going for the MKB, still very much itemizing the standard build up to kill everyone else apart from the Terrorblade, getting that Bastion next after the death. So they will be able to kill pretty much everyone else. It's getting to that point where even if they do kill everyone else, Yuragi's going to have a pretty good shot at solo killing all of them.
And also, is he going to be able to kill everybody else, right? Because they are very tanky, and I'm just looking at Amar farming and farming. He actually has a Hex in a second on this Mars, so just very difficult game for poor Monet.
23,000 net worth on Yuragi here, just 31 minutes in.
I don't know how Ori's ever going to survive in a fight either. So much control, so much attention has been put on him this game, even from Roshan.
Very much feels like we're in a sort of a state of the game where teams, they've got their answers for Puck now.
Yep. Ori, in a pretty dangerous position right here. We'll be okay though. Taiga not quite in range to get that Carapace. Gem also was picked up a couple moments ago from OG, just looking to control those sentries, because then Taiga has kind of free reign how much he wants to pressure Ori in the fights.
OG, they've got 1 minute until potential Roshan respawn.
And they're just restricting the map though, right? The way that they're pressuring, they're not like diving these plays, but they're constricting Aster from actually being able to get out and farm anymore. Every time they walk high ground, Yuragi just walks his face in.
Jump in.
Toss back.
Get a decent toss back onto Yuragi. They're trying to burst through him. He's getting low, but it's not quite low enough. They'll put the Dream Core. Monet, he's in with the BKB, trying to take him down. The Winter's Curse we used to take out Tiger for Yuragi. Still fighting Finn here. They couldn't quite finish him off. He's falling a little low.
He's
the lifesteal can keep him alive. He's lifestealing up, but finally dies. They've taken him out. The huge kill there that Aster are able to find, and they're not done. They're in with the jump of Oka. He's ready to try and chase for more. Monet, careful how he commits in, but now he's ready to go. Jumps forward.
Big
crit there off the dagger. 1,200 damage, taking down BZM. Chu also eliminated during his attempt to TP. It's 4 dead on OG. Aster hold the fight perfectly, and I think Yuragi is probably surprised as we did there. He was dealt with. He didn't manage to survive throughout the complete combo of Aster.
He got kind of like this sequence of silences that kept being applied from him. I think it was the Mindbreaker from Monet, as well as the Puck just continuously jumping in and disabling him. Because I kept seeing him like trying to go for this Sunder, just unable to really stick onto any target. It was, excellent team from Aster. The layering of spells, absolutely perfect. And now getting tanky too. The XXS AC plus that Wraith Pact absolutely came into play.
We saw sort of this this play from Aster last game, when they were behind. There's a point where OG were leading by 11k, and Aster still able to find these opportunities to get these fights executed perfectly, despite the huge disparity in net worth between the carriers still.
They might still be able to get the Roche too. They
yeah.
scouted it a bit late. It was a quick spawn, but now they still have, what, 20 seconds until the
they're gonna have
respawn.
this, surely.
Yeah, Monet, 1,600 crits, and now on his way toward MKB. Game sort of flipping itself again.
He's done it before in his PA. He's recovered some tough games. This would definitely be another one of them. And now getting the pickup here. Aegis into the hands of the PA, and you're absolutely right. If Monet can get that MKB for the next fight, there's going to be no chance for Yuragi. They're already looking for the opportunity to maybe jump in to the high ground. OG are prepared though, so Aster, they'll fall back.
Yeah, Yuragi probably feeling a bit afraid now because, these last few fights, he's so farmed that he's been prolonging, delaying, having to buy BKB, but you absolutely saw the problem of him not having BKB. So he's queuing it up next, but damage may have just been done. Aster completely back in this game. All because of these little tossbacks. There's a reason, Baboka, there's a big reason why they first picked this hero for him.
Absolutely, 4, 11, 9. Not an impressive KDA, but the impact that he's had from the deaths that he's given by getting in there and starting the fights, it's been massive for Aster.
Absolutely. And yeah, taking up the AC, the Wraith Pact, as we said. Sure, you give the Terrorblade this when he uses that reflection onto you, but it's just this armor that they need in the fight to be able to deal with this Yuragi.
Yeah, without a doubt, OG to be incredibly careful with the next move they make into this Aegis of Monet. A couple of 100 gold, and the MKB will be on its way out.
They have to find the backliners, OG. They have to stop either the Tiny or the Wyvern from getting these free
They're
casts.
over. They want to fight. The BKB has just been picked up by Yuragi.
The ward, it sees Ori.
Gonna see Ori, they'll get the opening, the chains into the silence.
Got
Ori's got backup. Spear won't catch him, he's able to get the face shot on. In fact, Baboka's in with the jump, they burst through Tiger. Yuragi trying to enter the fight from the side. They look towards Baboka, MR in with the arena, he'll catch out the two of them, but Monet, he wants to fight, he commits it with the BKB, but actually decides to back off. He doesn't want to get near to Yuragi for now, as Yuragi takes out XXS, turns towards Baboka, double kill for him. This time with the BKB on the Terrorblade, Aster, they don't have any way to jump him to stop Yuragi from getting to play his fight. And Aster, despite the ones being the team with the Aegis, they had to fall back. Monet makes the call that this is not a fight that they can take.
Yeah, smart play from Yuragi. I think he sells, his Dragon Lance to be able to have the money to purchase up the BKB for this fight. So a very quick move from OG to react, having that ward up prepared already for Ori. They don't get the full control on him, but the initial just disruption to stop the puck from anything, that allows OG to kind of just clear onto these two. DD also now in BZM, so still feeling pretty good. Now Blink also, we're getting close to these 6-slotted territories. TB is starting to run out of space.
Okay. And with the Blink Dagger, what's the plan? Who's Yuragi going to look to try and jump on top of in these team fights?
He's got to find Wyvern. PQ is being so disruptive.
Absolutely, yeah. If you can get sort of in the face of PQ, force him to panic curse onto him, the Terrorblade. That's going to be a very nice ultimate that Yuragi can tank and deal with.
Yeah, they still do have, it's very back and forth, still very close. They have a lot of ways to get to this Wyvern, so it's all very important just being able to find him. The 3 different cores being able to bypass to the back line could still be difficult for Aster, but the way they play the fights is so patient. The way they position themselves has been pretty perfect, even though they are behind.
Yeah, knowing when to cut their losses, as we saw in that last fight, Monet just by having the Aegis, you could tell that they were making the call to head back.
They know there's a smoke probably here, though. Those bombs, boom, boom. Nicely done from Chu.
You see if Aster can still find something. They're going to still look to push on.
Chu's trying to break it. Look, he's walking up, Chu's trying to push the limit of breaking that smoke. They'll show themselves now in the mid lane.
Yeah, Aster know they're not getting a jump here on OG.
But Baboka still lingering around the Remnant for a second.
Double damage empowers me.
Yeah, there's no way BZM jumps for this.
No. But DD Rune is on the ready for him.
He'd be pretty happy himself to fight. Of course, they are tanky though. XXS. BKB done on top of the AC.
OG also just can't get vision into the back lines because they can't keep wards down because of that gem. They did pick it up earlier. It was taken away from them by Aster. So that's usually one of the big things that helps you find these Wyverns, is just having deep wards inside of lanes or something like that in preparation for a fight to start. But yeah, into gem, you're not going to be able to do that. So it's up to Taiga, really, to try to find the opportunity to find this Wyvern in the back lines to give the information for his 2 cores. And without a Blink Dagger, probably a bit difficult, so maybe Taiga does opt to go for that himself too soon.
XXS just continuing to stick around this mid, deal with the creep wave.
He's kind of bluffing a little bit, right? He's like, yeah, my team's behind me, don't worry, but they're actually quite far away.
I mean, the thing is, even if they're not, he's a hard hero to burst through.
He'll have so much time. Like, if he just gets the Gravers off, his team is going to get to him. So, yeah, he's really pushing the limits there as Taiga.
Here we go now, OG.
Sneaking in.
They'll look for the smoke themselves. Who can they catch? Taiga has been spotted out by the ward combination here from Aster. He's still looking to move forward.
XXS.
The spike carapace set up onto XXS. Yuragi blinks in, closing the gap. This time round, XXS completely destroyed.
A big mistake, too. He tries to just go for a nuke onto a Nyx. Easy carapace set up for Taiga. Maybe not expecting the rest of the backup that quickly from OG, but OG hits hard. And with that blink dagger, you see, Terrorblade, that's where it pays off. He doesn't actually have to commit meta. He can just blink on the target that Taiga finds.
Very close to having the money for the full Swift blink as well.
Yep.
As much as Monet is recovering, Yuragi still an item or so ahead of the PA.
It's still neck and neck this game.
Nearly 30,000 net worth, 39 minutes in. Again, just hitting insane amounts of farm.
Starting to look for some itemization. I see Amar, he's been kind of switching back and forth what item he had queued up. He has Nullifier now, so I think looking to address the puck. He's also carrying the Witchbane, so I think what he's looking for is get that initiation, purge off the Aeon Disc, and maybe try to burst Ori in these fights. Not going to be easy, but you can see the idea of what he's probably trying to do. Arcane Rune on BZM. Oh, and a nice pick up a Telescope, one of the better items they could have probably found this game.
Once again, luckily falling to a point where Roshan will be the next point that both teams will look to fight. Under 2 minutes until we'll see when that returns. Flag's done on BZM, so even more of a chance that he can just zip into the back lines, disrupt the sort of the opening to the fight that Aster will look for, and that the positioning that their squishier heroes are trying to get.
Aster is a much more, I feel like for their lineup, it's much more about just all positioning. If their positioning gets broken, the team fight could just explode in OG's favor. So it's really going to be eyes on those supports in the back, or what, of course, Baboka is able to find with these tossbacks.
Definitely Aster playing the more careful at this point.
Yeah.
Keeping themselves held up in the base. Monet's managed to get his next item done, the full Aghanims.
Okay, so jumping target to target, that's going to be a lot easier with that.
And closing in on his level 25.
Yep. This item unlocks a whole different potential to PA, of course. Everything being refreshed, of course, Phantom Knives, etc. So you just do so much damage if you do end up getting even one kill in the fight. And it lets you sneak, so he can also sneak into backlines, perhaps find this techies.
A tool to teach.
Amar, Nullifier is ready.
He's got the answers, Amar.
Yep, let's see if he's able to ever find the puck and get that Dispel off. Because Ori also very tricky, even though he is versus these counters. Octarine's done, Aeon Disc, Bell Prism, so very elusive.
Just holding this area around Roshan.
All about
OG.
next Roche. It's going to be that big one, the Ags, the Refreshers.
Radiant's top tower is under
Which one
attack.
will it be?
Aster.
Yuragi, he's poking base. Like, he's constantly sending these conjure images toward top. So he's giving all that information. They know that they're outside. They know that Aster's maybe looking to do something because of this.
Yeah, of course, with the farm that he has, these illusions are so strong.
Yeah.
Very hard for Aster to really set up and hold their position outside of their base. This just consistent pressure causing them to hold back and deal with that split push.
Trapped in the base.
He's sure to respawn on the Roche, so OG they'll be happy with that if they spot it out. 25 seconds and Aster, they know that potential Roshan's coming up.
Taiga walks right in the middle and breaks the smoke.
Yeah, indeed. They know that it's coming. They'll put the BKBs. They'll turn towards Mar, but Mar's got the shield up. Silence out the Taiga. Monet having to BKB and run back. Ori still wants to commit in, but he's dead. Baboka will get left behind. The Hex is out from Amar onto XXS. Spear control as well. They'll lock him down. They'll take out the four of them.
And that's what I was saying. It's so important, the positioning of Aster. This time, positioning gets broken, and it's a complete stomp.
And there's no
OG.
buyback available on Ori. He spent up 600 gold short of returning to the fight.
Oh man, he actually gets his Aeon broken.
As Aster,
They're pinging tier 4s.
can they defend with the four of them? BKB on cooldown, of course, from Monet for 50 seconds.
Pinging tier 4s, but they do know probably that Roshan is also up. They're trying to push the limit of what they can pressure and
They've
force.
forced out another buyback, and
Now
that'll
they'll back
probably
up.
be enough for OG to say, all right, we got the mid-racks, let's settle down, back off, look for the Roshan, and make sure that they keep this game in a very safe position. 20k gold up now.
They're actually bluffing a little bit, though. They're still sticking in the area, hoping that Aster maybe smokes and runs right into them. Now they'll back up, though, after a moment. Go for that Roche, and it will be an Aghanims. So, oh, look at that. Yuragi, a free one given to him. That's going to be pretty nice. And that will probably be the 6th slot for him. Or the 7th, 8th slot, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, Aster know they've got to make these risky moves.
They have
It may be 4 versus 5, but they're so far behind, they have to try and take these chances.
15 seconds on Monet's BKB. 10 seconds.
He made a big jump before around the Roshan. Can he do it again? But no, the jump
Choose
down
in.
to him. The Hanks is out. The Spear as well. He's in trouble. The cold embrace from PQ gives him the safety curse as well to try and hold back BCM. He spins this up, and now the BKB's up Monet. He's got to try and stand his ground and fight this. Takes out Chu. Yuragi falling low, pots the BKB. He's looking for a Sunder target. He'll find it. Sunder over towards Monet as he's back up to full HP. Monet falls. Instant buyback here from the PA. He's got to get back over towards the pit. Tiger jumps down towards the low ground, but the silence is there from Ori. The Roche out before Yuragi able to pick it all up. Grabs the Aegis. Dreamcall holds down BZM. You see still Monet trying to walk his way back over towards the pit. Ori, he's in with the chase. OG, they're backing off.
Do they find Yuragi? They
do. They get the jump. Avalanche is there from Maboka. They've got to try and take him out to twice. You see him try and push them back with the Terror Wave, but they've found him the once. Maboka, he's in position for a second attack, but the blink! He's able to blink out of the trees, but they've still got the chase. Ori on top of him. They're not going to let Yuragi get away for free. They've got to get this kill. As they're to the side, Amar trying to hold back Monet. Jump forward from Maboka, getting over the mines of the tech. Ori still continues trying to kill Yuragi. The cheese is there. Yuragi's back up to full HP. As Aster, they'll carefully poke at him. Eon is popped there on Ori, but the Thunder is back to the full HP. Golden Embrace kills Monet. They're able to take down Yuragi.
That was still pretty crazy from Yuragi, swapping the cheese in while they're chasing him.
He lived for so long,
oh my God.
But not long enough. Aster, they may have lost sort of the Roshan, the pickups that OG was able to gather. But they get the big kills at the end of it all. They take down BZM. They immediately remove the Aegis, the cheese from Yuragi.
Ori's able to survive for once in a fight, and he gets like, I think 20 or 30 different spells off because of it. Constantly being this nuisance jumping around. That was insane.
Insane fights here from a team that's, you know, at 20k down. Of course, it was an expensive fight.
It was.
Plentiful buybacks being used there by Aster. I believe 4 of them now on cooldown.
But
so
very
a scary
necessary.
5 minutes for Aster, but they do hold on in a game where if OG's getting the pickup on that Roshan and able to walk down the lane, that sort of fight that close to the base of Aster would have mean the game would have already been over. But Aster, they keep the game going for now.
There's a reason these two teams are in the grand finals, winning fights even though they're at this deficit.
And they've got to try and, again, just continue to take these risks. They may have all their buybacks and cooldown, but they need to try their best maybe to force out the buyback of Yuragi. It's a hard call to make, though, because bottom already, Amar, he's working on the pressure, making sure that Aster, they don't have the luxury to try and pressure out that Terrorblade buyback.
Yeah, tough to push into this, too. The Ember just drops the Remnant. It also slows down the push as well, too. So Aster giving respect because they don't have those buybacks. Only the puck. Now not having it, Ori actually spending some gold. Looks like he's actually going to maybe finish up the overwhelming blink, so got to push the limits of his hero without the buyback, because his teammates don't have it, so he wants to be as kitted out as possible for the next fight.
And we'll see how, and if OG can punish Aster here in these minutes without that ability to return to the fight.
Monet now, full Satanic. A little bit of slot starvation, though, coming out here. He's going to have to eat that eggs pretty soon. He's very slow, gonna have to just rely. It's slow, but he at least has the Aghanim, so he can jump if he does get some kills. OG. Still on the prowl, though.
And if they get a catch on the cause,
if they catch Ori, right?
It's likely to be game over. They need one more fight, OG, to close this one up. Ori jumps in on the mid, is able to break away from them. BZM, we'll see how deep he wants to jump with the Remnants. He tries to tease with a slight change, but won't get a catch.
It feels a lot harder for Aster. They have to be so much more careful. As we said, positioning, the most important thing for them, and they have much less buybacks. You see, OG has 4 buybacks.
Yeah. OG, across the board, pretty much 2 lives to play with in this next fight, compared to the one that Aster have right now.
Yeah, and they also have gotten, what, 3 level 25s, I believe, in the last moment. So BZM, Amar, as well as Yuragi, who did have it before. Those 3 are finished. Puck, not quite there. XXS, not quite there either. Still very close. It's an 18,000 gold lead, but the experience is, pretty much dead even. And if you want to look at a win probability just for some nice fun, there you go. Dead even.
50-50 right now. It definitely still feels, though, that it's Aster in the scariest spot.
Absolutely. Without the buy box,
death,
absolutely.
and it's game over.
Yeah. And it's a lot on the pressure of, their positioning. If the Wyvern gets caught once, if Puck dies once,
it's going to start to collapse pretty quickly.
Tiger,
he's looking to start things off. There's the backup. They go straight away over towards PQ. PQ out of the game for a good 90 seconds. The arena, the fear here for the pushback of the tail lane. They've caught XXS. They've caught Maboka.
Oh,
Three
baby.
dead. No buybacks. As it's just down to Ori and Monet to try and hold Monet.
Monet.
He's going to get BCF. Can Monet do it? Goes forward now towards Tiger. The beginning for Monet comes to Monet.
Monet.
Triple kill for Monet.
Monet.
It's a rampage.
Monet.
It's a rampage. Monet. Monet painting the battlefield red with the blood of his enemies. But maybe Uragi and Amar can still clean him up for good. They have the moment.
Oh my
They're
God.
back in. As Monet tried his best to hold.
Are you kidding
But
me?
it may have been in vain as OG, they've still got the push of life, but the creeps aren't here. They're doing it through the back door.
But Ori gets caught.
He's got buyback. They're doing it through, can they push through the back door?
The creeps are coming.
They're coming in on the mid. I don't think Ori can
Ori's
hold this on his own. He's gonna try, but the Hex is there. Ori caught out. As the tier 4s have gone, OG, they're onto the H at this game. It's done, it's over. OG, they'll be able to secure here game 2.
Holy shit, though. What a game and what an ending. Even the tip, you see Uragi, he gives respect where it's deserved. Monet, what an outstanding last
He tried
attempt
his
to
best.
hold. But OG, they saw the opportunity, they saw blood. Taiga, the